Well, Ethan Nwaneri's EPL start close, and I think this is now one of the hugest debates in football and amongst Arsenal fans. And I've gone ahead to see some people on the AFTV, that is the biggest fan channel of Arsenal all over the world, and I watch it hugely. I agree with them, so though sometimes I really disagree with them, and that's based on principle that every human is entitled to his own opinion. You understand? Now, I've seen some say he should come into the place of Odegaard because Odegaard looks like he's really going to be out for some time, and I think I got an interview of Odegaard really speaking out after really suffering this injury, and I'm going to be really broadcasting it here very, very soon. But Ethan Nwaneri's EPL start looks like it's close. I'm going to be telling you why, and the reference is really going to excite you. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where you're watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. Now, today is a Friday. Muslims obviously going to the mosque, and that is Juma Kareem, and obviously the others. May you guys look through the best of the best, and all people coming in from other walks of faiths, may the people that you believe in really grant you the best that you deserve. Now, remember, we are powered by Mono Gadgets. And who are Mono Gadgets? Mono Gadgets are dealers in brand new phones and brand new laptops that are really doing great, and they also deal in what we call used laptops and used phones from the United Kingdom. Call them on +256 70 99 88 665, and the rest is really gonna be history. That is it. That is Mono Gadgets for you. So, where should we start from? Let's start it from Ethan Nwaneri. We all know to it that when Arsenal was playing Bolton, Ethan Nwaneri emerged as the man of the match. Though I never came out obviously to do the player ratings, but Declan Rice was on target, right? And Ethan Nwaneri scored a brace. Kai Havertz was also on target, and the other one on target was Raheem Sterling. And I'm going to be redoing a particular video for Raheem Sterling. And Ethan Nwaneri caught the eye of very many people, but for me, I've been one of the advocates for him to get into the starting 11 of Arsenal. If you've been watching this channel, I've been one of those people criticizing Mikel Arteta for not really integrating the young talent into this team. And I've always gone ahead to give you references of how Hutchinson, Obi Chido Martin, Ranel Walters, and very many other youngsters at Arsenal, there is even Kozia Dubry, have gone ahead obviously shunned Arsenal when it came to obviously signing or extending their contracts, because they knew to it that there was no direct path to the first team. Now, ever since Mikel Arteta came in through, the first player that has gone ahead obviously show high potential, huge potential to get into the first team is none other than Ethan Nwaneri. And you remember in 2022, I think it was like a week after the Queen had passed on, he's a player who went ahead obviously make his debut at the age of 15 and some days, you remember? So that was an indicator that he was a special kind of player. And I remembered when he came in through at Arsenal, and that story really made rounds when Ethan Nwaneri signed for the club of Arsenal. And obviously he made his debut way back in 2022, but these other games, even if you go to that game of Brentford, he never started. He came off the bench. And even last season, there are games I saw him come off the bench. Even this season, all the games he has played for Arsenal, he has gone ahead to come off from the bench. That is Ethan Nwaneri. And the big question is, when is he going to get into the starting 11 of Arsenal in the Premier League or in the Premier League? And the person to answer that question has been Mikel Arteta. And you know why? It has been making some huge rounds, because Odegaard, a player who plays in a position that Ethan Nwaneri plays in, is injured and is out, and everyone is like, why don't you give Ethan Nwaneri a chance? Now, Arteta was asked on how close Ethan Nwaneri is to start in the Premier League. He said, let's go. It's another step. I think it's ahead of what anyone could have expected. In his journey with the first team, he is always ahead of anyone expected, and what I expected as well. He's part of us. He will have minutes. So, what Arteta is going to guarantee us that Ethan Nwaneri is going to get in minutes. But starting, he hasn't gone ahead, obviously, come up and obviously endorse that. But I tell you, for me, I think it's high time they started Nwaneri, because this is the only way you can boost him in a team like Arsenal. When you look at the players that he's gonna play around with, I think Nwaneri can get him the boost that he wants. Because if the midfield is having Partey and Declan Rice, Nwaneri will have the confidence that I'm really having two players of huge experience that are really gonna shield me and they have my back. You understand? That is Nwaneri for you. And these two players are really experienced that they obviously tell him do this. Now, let's leave the two players that are really going to be playing behind him. Let's look at the three that are really going to be playing ahead of him. Bukayo Saka as a right forward. Martinelli, Trossard or Sterling as left forwards. And Gabriel Jesus or Kai Havertz leading the line. Now, when you look at the front three, it has all the experience that will obviously help this guy to obviously maneuver into those spaces, run into the right positions, and obviously release those players. Because I tell you, I don't support Arsenal, but Nwaneri is a talent to reckon with. Nwaneri is a talent to reckon with. I tell you this. He is a talent to reckon with. And if I told you outside there, and you are looking out for those players to watch out for, it's none other than Nwaneri. Very talented, swift, left-footed player. You know, he's adventurous, decision-making is really great. And one thing he has shown us when he comes on is that he's a clinical player and he makes those right runs into the 18-yard box area of the opponent, and he doesn't need very many chances to obviously score goals. You know, he's not wasteful, that is it. And he's not selfish. And you know, for me, even if a player is very talented, but if at all the player is very selfish and the end product of his game is lacking and costing the team not really getting the points they want, you know me, I come out and bash you, because this is a team game. It's not an individual play, it's a team game, and you have to obviously do something that benefits your team. It can be a one-off in like moments of like maybe shooting at goal, but I want to see on the 10 times or the 5 times you average when you're supposed to make that extra pass or release your player, what do you do? Those who support Man United and see me do content on the United Matters channel, you can as well follow it, because that's our other sister channel. You know how I've gone ahead to bash Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford for that, even Alejandro Garnacho, because their end product is really lacking. And when you're having your number 10, when his end product is lacking, I tell you, your forwards are going to suffer, because he won't really think for them. Because what makes you a number 10 and makes you special is for you to think for the forward three, you know, and look, which pass should I do right now? Should I go long? Should I go short? Depending on what you're supposed to be doing. So, Nwaneri is that kind of player. And Mikel Arteta, however much is going to say that, if I'm Arteta, I start Nwaneri in the game of Southampton. Now, this is the best game to start Nwaneri, because look at the fixtures of Arsenal. And I think in these fixtures, Nwaneri is really going to find himself starting, especially let's talk about the Premier League. Let's not talk about the Champions League. Now, tomorrow, Arsenal is playing Leicester City, and the match preview is really coming in through. I think Nwaneri can easily play into this midfield alongside either Jorginho and Declan Rice, or Declan Rice and Partey. I think can play very well. And the big thing is that this game is going to be played at Emirates, and he'll be having a support of 60,000 fans plus seated in the Emirates. You understand? Then, Arsenal, Southampton. It's also going to be played on the 5th of October, and it's going to be played at the Emirates. I think these two games, he deserves a chance to start. He deserves a chance to start, because we all know to it that for the game, for the round of 16, that Arsenal is going to be playing about Preston, Nwaneri, if fit, is going to be starting into this game. But there are these two games that are really going to happen before we go to the international break in the Premier League. he should be given a chance. I don't know what your thoughts are. I went ahead to obviously read out a comment of my friend. Let me see whether I can really trace him in here. And he really went ahead to excite me, and I was like, oh my goodness. He has come out and really spoken what I expected. And I really liked his opinion. He was like, we are really making in an early call. But there is urge for a player like him to get into that team because he is an understudy for Martin Odegaard. And if at all the player he's acting as an understudy for is really injured, then why doesn't he come up and show us what he really has to do? We saw him play well in that position in the preseason, and he deserves to come in here and obviously start. So that's exactly what I'm really thinking about this man known as Nwaneri. And I'm looking for this comment. Where is it? I forgot. Where is it? I'm not getting this guy's comment. Where is it? He was like, we are pushing, but I'm not pushing, but I believe he's ready. Cesc Fabregas, at the age of 15, you saw him do the job for the club of Arsenal, you understand? And I think Nwaneri has come of age and of experience and of talent and of meritism to obviously get himself into this team of Arsenal. I don't know what your thoughts are about it, but I think Nwaneri is ready to take on that mantle. And I'm talking about the Premier League, not the Champions League, because Champions League, Arsenal is hosting PSG next week. You get? Arsenal, on the 1st of October, is going to be hosting PSG. It's going to be a Tuesday. So, in such a game, with how strong PSG are, I cannot risk the career of this young boy. But when you're playing against Leicester City, obviously, you're playing at the Emirates, you're going to be playing a high line, your defense is going to be next to your midfield, and your midfield is going to be next to your attack. Give him a chance. I think he deserves a chance, but I don't see Mikel doing it because Trossard is going to be back, you get? And Nwaneri, I think, will come off the bench. He will get minutes in the game of Southampton, in the game of Leicester City, and in the game of PSG, he'll get minutes. But all I know is Nwaneri will come off the bench. That's what I really think, and it will come that way. Now, on scoring his first goals for the club of Arsenal in a competitive tournament, this is what Arteta had to say. On the second one, I was really happy for him because he scored. I'm very happy because, I know the reaction of his teammates if he wouldn't. So I think overall, again, I think he was really good. I think it was a real strong experience for him. I think he really feels part of us. You can tell that he's playing with the confidence, that belief, and the understanding of what he needs to do on the pitch. So impressed. Obviously, Nwaneri was impressive. And for everyone who really enjoyed him or watched that game, I think you saw how proactive he was and how joyous he was on the field of play. And that's what makes him a very different kind of player into the mix. So for me, I love the player. And I tell you this, he's really one of those that I really look at. That is Nwaneri, and one of those players that has gone ahead obviously excite me from the camp of Arsenal. Even Chido Obi Martin, who crossed from Arsenal to come to Manchester United, has also done the best to obviously put in the best performances altogether. Now guys, allow me call in for your reactions into the comment section below about Nwaneri. Do you think he should start in the game of Leicester City or the game of Southampton? All that and more into the comment section below, and tell me what you think about his brace and his first two goals for the club of Arsenal. All that into the comment section below. I remain Rokani David onto this channel, and this is Rokani Media Football, right? So continue to subscribe so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload here on a daily. And remember, we are powered by Mono Gadgets. These are dealers in brand new phones and brand new laptops. And even if you want used phones and used laptops from the United Kingdom, call them on +256 70 99 88 665, and that will obviously take us to where we want to be as a club of Rokani Media Football and the fans. Now, I'm really going to be doing things differently, and you're really going to be seeing how I'm really going to be doing these things. Towards the Premier League, I'm really going to come up with very many. I just want to sit down and really record that 1 hour video. You understand? When it comes to the teams that are really going to be playing over the weekend and giving you the latest news and information as far as everything is really concerned, as far as you guys will need to know. So I'm out for now. In the next 1 or 2 hours, I'm going to be back, but the match preview is going to be loading, but I think we're going to be doing some Chelsea story, and after that Chelsea story, I'll come back with more and more details and stories in here. So guys, I'm out. Continue to subscribe because we want to hit 30,000 subscribers on this channel, and you people will really have gonna hit, obviously, do me justice when it comes to really subscribing to this channel. We love you, and good morning, and those going to work, may the living true God really show you the right way, and may Allah do the same. Bye bye.